In a move that has sent shockwaves through South Africa's political and intelligence circles, President Cyril Ramaphosa has suspended Inspector General of Intelligence (IGI) Imtiaz Fazel, sparking questions, controversy, and intense speculation across the nation. The announcement, made late last week, comes amid allegations lodged against Fazel and pending a formal investigation by Parliament's Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence, JSCI. While the presidency frames the suspension as a routine procedural measure, the Democratic Alliance, DA, suggests there may be more than meets the eye, indicating a deeper political story behind this high-profile development. If you're not yet subscribed, now is the perfect time to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any breaking updates on South Africa's most explosive political developments. The role of the IGI is critical in South Africa's security architecture. As the top watchdog of the country's intelligence services, the IGI is responsible for ensuring that agencies like the State Security Agency operate lawfully and without bias. According to the Intelligence Services Act, the President has the authority to suspend the IGI when a formal complaint or investigation is underway. In Fazel's case, the JSCI informed the President that an inquiry was necessary after receiving allegations regarding his conduct in office. This legal framework underpins the suspension, but as always in South African politics, the context matters as much as the law itself. The DA has raised serious concerns regarding both the timing and the motivations of Fazel's suspension. Diane Kohler-Barnard, a prominent DA member of the JSCI, argued that while procedural rules have been followed, the broader political environment suggests this might not be a straightforward administrative action. According to her, the suspension could reflect a pattern of sidelining officials who are perceived as obstacles to certain political agendas, raising important questions about transparency, accountability, and political interference in intelligence oversight. This controversy unfolds against a backdrop of growing tension and scrutiny in South Africa's intelligence and law enforcement sectors. In recent months, explosive revelations by officials like KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nandla Mkhwanatsi have exposed alleged corruption and political interference within the South African Police Service, SAPS. Such revelations have led to high-profile suspensions, reshuffling of senior officials, and widespread public outcry. It's in this context of heightened scrutiny and accountability that Fazel's suspension is being interpreted by many political analysts as potentially more than a routine administrative step. The DA's calls for transparency are clear. They want a full explanation of the complaint lodged against Fazel and assurance that the JSCI investigation will be conducted swiftly, fairly, and with no political bias. This stance reflects the party's broader commitment to democratic oversight, the rule of law, and the principle that South Africa's intelligence and security institutions must operate independently of political manipulation. They argue that the people of South Africa deserve clarity, and that the suspension of a senior intelligence official should not happen behind closed doors or be shrouded in secrecy. The stakes of this investigation are high. Fazel, as IGI, wields significant influence over intelligence oversight. His suspension, even temporarily, shifts the balance of authority within South Africa's intelligence community. Depending on the outcome of the JSCI inquiry, the ramifications could be profound. A finding against Fazel might justify further action, but conversely, a determination in his favor could spark public debate about executive overreach, political interference, and the politicization of South Africa's intelligence apparatus. Political analysts and commentators are already speculating about the potential implications of Fazel's suspension. Some view it as part of a broader effort to consolidate political control within the intelligence community, while others suggest it might be a response to pressure from Parliament or civil society for greater accountability. What is clear is that every move in this unfolding story will be scrutinized, both by political actors and the public. The suspension has quickly become a focal point in debates about governance, power, and transparency in South Africa's highest offices. For ordinary South Africans, the issue may seem technical or far removed from daily life, but it touches on fundamental questions about who oversees the overseers. Intelligence agencies are meant to protect citizens and uphold the law impartially. When allegations of misconduct or bias surface, the mechanisms for accountability, such as the IGI and JSCI, become vital instruments for maintaining public trust in democratic institutions. Fazel's suspension highlights the tension between legal procedure and political perception, reminding citizens that oversight mechanisms must not only be robust but also perceived as credible and impartial. As this story develops, all eyes are on the JSCI. Their investigation, reports, and eventual recommendations will likely shape not only Fazel's career but also public perception of the Ramaphosa administration, the DA's role as opposition, and the integrity of South Africa's intelligence sector. Whether this leads to a political crisis, a reassertion of institutional checks and balances, or a quiet resolution behind closed doors remains to be seen. For those following this closely, subscribing to updates on this story is essential. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to get detailed analysis, insider perspectives, and up-to-the-minute reporting as the situation evolves. This isn't just a story about one official suspension, it's about accountability, governance, and the delicate balance of power in South Africa. Missing any developments could leave you behind as the story continues to unfold. Stay tuned, because as the DA digs deeper, questions about motives, timing, and political interference are only set to intensify. President Ramaphosa's decisions, Fazel's response, and the findings of the JSCI will have long-lasting implications for the political landscape. This is a story where law, politics, and public perception intersect, and the outcome will be closely watched both domestically and internationally. The bottom line, Fazel's suspension is not merely an administrative footnote, it is a political flashpoint, a litmus test for democratic oversight, and a moment that could define the balance of power within South Africa's intelligence community for years to come. Subscribe now to stay informed, and don't miss any updates on this developing saga that blends politics, intelligence, and the fight for accountability at the highest levels. If you want, I can also create a captivating YouTube title, description, hashtags, and thumbnail text for this expanded article to make it fully ready for posting. Do you want me to do that next?